Hi, I'm Rivkah of trYoga with Rivkah, and I had shoulder surgery. Today is day 5. I lose track of days really quickly. And I've been wanting to do an update, but first pain was too much, and then vanity and waiting to shower got in the way. So here we are, day 5 update. One thing I want to say right off the bat before I forget, because it's been like in my head, remember to put on the vlog. Post-surgery, before you leave the hospital, say, what are my physical therapy protocols? Because I went to my first physical therapy appointment and she said, what are you allowed to do? And I said, I don't know. That's why I'm here. So it's really important to go, because everyone after their surgery is allowed different levels of activity. She said someone had a similar procedure to what I had, and he is in this like tightly bound against his arm sling, whereas I have more freedom of movement and should be moving my arm more. So that was like, from the moment she said that, I thought, okay, I need to put that on the vlog, let people know about it. You need the protocols. Otherwise, how is it going? Let's see. I'm finding myself being not very tired, which is a bit of a problem at night because it means I'm not sleeping enough. Although I managed to sleep last night, which is what, 3 hours of sleep the night before will do, as always. I know this is due to lack of activity, which is obvious. That's what's going to happen. And there's not really much I can do about that, aside from just trying to rest as much as possible and sleep when I can. Just take advantage of that. My kids actually come in every day and listen to Harry Potter for like an hour, so I usually nap while they do. It like lulls me to sleep, and I've started playing audiobooks at night as well, books that I've heard before, so I'm not like terribly interested in the content, and that really helps as well. So in previous videos, I've talked a lot about the pain, and I think it's because I was surprised by the pain. I expected a lot more ongoing, continual pain, whereas this isn't what I'm experiencing. I believe that I have a high threshold for pain and a low tolerance for pain. So once I hit my threshold, it's like, give me the drugs now, I can't handle this. But until I get to that point, it's like, okay, this is mildly uncomfortable here. It is what it is. So I'm trying to like be cautious of that also, because pain is usually an indication of like, it's a warning sign for us, and I need to read discomfort as higher levels of pain. And at the same time, I'm thankful that I'm not incapacitated by the amount of pain I'm in, which I was very, very worried about, especially because it impedes my ability to be, what's the word? To be independent. That's the word. Which my next point is the lack of independence is very difficult. I'm someone who's very like, do it on my own, take care of things. I run my household. And here it's like, even getting out of bed is so hard. Right now it's finally gotten easier, which I will interrupt myself to say, if anyone is like me, pre-surgery going, well, I'm going to be incapacitated for months, what's the point of exercise? I will tell you now, it's so you can get out of bed on your own, because there is something so frustrating about lying in bed at night when it's 3 a.m. and you don't really want to wake your assistant up for like the 4th time to say, hey, can you move this pillow, to be able to get up out of bed on your own and like ignore the discomfort in your shoulder, because it's not leading to pain, because you have muscle underneath to help you get up, is like, wow, did not expect that. So this was like, I felt vindicated, I guess, and like told you so to my previous self, like, you should have exercised more even, recovery will be better. So I'm telling you who will be getting surgery or is just curious about all of this. Right, so independence. I'm tolerating more pain because it means I can do more. So really, I'm getting ready to go back to that bed of pillows right now, but I'm doing this video because it's on my time and it's worth being a little uncomfortable over here if it means I can do the video and not wait for someone else to do it. And at the same time, it's very humbling to like be so dependent on someone in a way that I haven't been since I was literally an infant. Even like post childbirth, I was like up and about and like, you know, going home and people were telling me to rest more. So this is very different experience for that. I find it very hard to be selfish. So even things like waking my husband up at the middle of the night to give me medicine or to come fluff the pillow was just like brutal. It was very emotionally hard for me to deal with, and something that I needed to do because it's valuing myself, which is something everyone needs to remember. No one goes through this, I think, because they don't value themselves. You know, anytime I say to anyone, you know, how are you doing? And it's like, well, I'm really uncomfortable, but the alternative was to not be able to live life. When I was teaching pre-corona, when I was teaching like 10 classes a week, my arm was so unstable, I could just feel it rolling around in there. And like, that's just not a way of life. Here's another thing. I had seen some videos where people were talking about ice packs, and I read up on ice packs, and I'm finding personally I haven't needed them yet. I tried one day, I thought, okay, well maybe this will help, and it just felt very heavy wearing it, even though it wasn't very heavy. So I haven't needed it. And I say this just because this might be something you find too. This vlog for me is really what I wish I had been able to watch pre-surgery to get an idea of what I can expect and an awareness of that. So something else you should know. Another thing I've discovered is that you really need like wide open arms on the clothing that you're wearing. I pulled out like all these loose t-shirts, and we tried last night after my shower, and it just seemed like so awkward to get over that my husband just grabbed one of his old pajama shirts with the sleeves just totally cut off and nice and open, which has really, really, really helped. There no bras yet, but the tank top I have is like a built-in bra thing, that I highly recommend those instead of having to worry about getting straps on, and then also, you know, like the bandages get in the way. You don't want to like put anything on there, and you don't want to be restricted. I'm lying in bed so much. I'm getting up, like it's really important. And the physical therapist also said, like, put yourself in discomfort passively. So what that means is I'm trying to do more passive movement with my arm, letting it, well, I have it supported, with my Tinkerbell pillow, but kind of like letting it hang there a little bit more, squeezing the palm and doing rotations to get the blood flowing. Because if I stop the passive movement, then the arm will get stuck. If you think about like when you sit in one position for too long and you have to move again, and it's not just the tingly from the blood flow, but it's the act of moving itself is really painful because the body got used to that. So we're trying totally to avoid it while the rest of the surgery area heals. And then in a few weeks, we'll build up to what I need to do for more, and videos will come on what physical therapy is like. But this is more the update of things that I've discovered post-surgery that I kind of wish I knew pre-surgery. Another thing is to be really sure on your medication and your dosage and how often you need it, because the hospital gave us a prescription for one thing, and that's what I'm taking. But then the pharmacist said, well, be careful because, you know, be careful of XYZ. And then when I spoke to my doctor for follow-up, she said, well, really, it should be this dosage. So just be very aware of things, and make sure you have enough of the medication. One of the main one that I've been taking is, it was a small bottle, and they said take it for 5 days or 2 weeks. I don't remember, something, but it lasted 3.5. So make sure you have enough, because then we were scrambling to get to the doctor to find out, how I can get more of this medication before I went to bed that night, because it was the only way that I would be able to sleep at night. Another thing, and this goes back to the emotional, I keep jumping around, but whatever. This goes back to the emotional side of it, is allowing yourself to say, I'm not up for conversation right now, and I can be physically present, but I can't give you much emotional presence, which for many people, especially like me, is really, really difficult. It's very hard to feel like you're rejecting someone, but sometimes the pain is just, or it's discomfort. It's not pain, it's discomfort is so much that you don't want to be also having to actively participate in something. You want to just be able to do what you need to do to ignore the pain. So it could just be, okay, you talk and I'll listen, or it could be, you know what, you gotta go and I'm just gonna put on a show and ignore this as much as I can. So for all of you who worry about these things, don't feel guilty. You literally were just cut open one way or another. Allow yourself to say, you know what, I can't do this conversation right now. And if you are a friend or supporter of someone who's getting surgery, the best thing you can do, and I had a friend do this and I thanked her for it, is to say, you don't need to respond to this message. Hey, checking in, don't respond until you're up for it. Was just like the greatest gift from her. And she gave us a lot of stuff, but that little release from social duties was like, whoosh, such a load off my shoulders at a time when I needed it to be. So that's another thing for you. Okay, I'm gonna end this here. So I'll end it here, primarily because my mind blanked and I really need to go lie down. But I will pick it up another time and give you more info on physical therapy and the emotional side of this and just how overall recovery is going.